All right. I hope you guys are having a phenomenal day. If not, do understand and get your day, your night. Honey, is going to get better once your perception gets better. I wanted to pop on here real quick, okay, to say this. Keep showing up. Keep showing up. I don't care what it is that may seem is hard, okay? Keep showing up. Because let me tell you something, it is going to pay off, okay? You got to understand the more you say, well, I'm going through this, I can't show up today. You're going to go through something again tomorrow. And are you going to keep on saying that you can't show up because whatever it is that you're growing through? No. Show up without having all the answers. Show up without knowing exactly what's the next step. Show up. And let me tell you something, how this here universe works. Okay, now I don't know all of everything, okay? But I do know this. When you start getting started, right? I told you guys that I was gonna be monetized. First, I said in April. Okay, I'll be monetized in April. And then I looked at my numbers, hitting it really close. Okay. Then I said, hey, Tracy, PCA, baby, PCA, PCA. And then I said, I'll be monetized in March. Okay. Now, for my 3,000 watch hours, okay, and the 500 subs, YouTube subs, I'm monetized with the super chats. Okay, so you guys can send me super chats. Okay, is whenever you see the video, okay, you can send a super chat. Okay, also, I had said that I was going to be monetized for the 4,000 watch hours. I said April, then I said, you know what? We're going to push it. We're going to do March, okay? Now, March is over tomorrow, okay? But I'm really, really, really close, okay? Really close. And I wanted to come on here to say this. Show up. I don't care what it is. See, even with me having a fever blister, a cold sore, and I seen the comments, but do you think that stopped me? No, because other people comments, they ain't got nothing to do with me. Okay, that's why I keep telling you guys, get the books and start reading them, because it's like you putting on this armor. Okay, before I come on social media, I study. I'm constantly reading. I'm constantly listening to personal development. I'm meditated up, okay? Affirmated up, okay? And these are the things that you have to tell yourself and you have to go through and grow through. It's never about you, boo. Okay? So if you out there taking things personal, please get The Four Agreements, okay, by Don Miguel. The Four Agreements. Let me get the book. 1 second, because I get them confused sometimes. Now, in the Four Agreements, it does says take nothing personal. But this one, Mastery of Love. Let me see. Oh, gosh. Damn it. Because Mastery of Love, it talks about, like, when people call you out your name, okay? Well, not out your name, but say, for instance, if you walk in and they say, hey, stupid, and you turn around and you take it personal, it never was personal. People could only give you what they have, and they can only talk to you based upon where they are in life, okay? So if somebody is saying stuff to you, that's what they have going on within themselves already, okay? And by you taking it personal, and I know sometimes, you be like, God damn, okay? Right? You got to understand that What they say, it does not matter. Okay, like somebody said earlier, okay, in the comments, the guy was like herpes because somebody said, "What is that on your face?" And I said, "Oh, nothing." And then somebody else said herpes, and I said, "If whether it's herpes or whatever, okay, what business is it of yours?" Okay, and this is what I mean when I say people don't think, they just say whatever it is that they want to say. They don't they just say whatever. And if you go around taking things personal based upon what somebody else said, your whole life is going to be miserable. Why? Because every time somebody says something, you're going to be offended by it. Every time somebody whispers something and look at you, you're going to think they're talking about you. And I know, because I used to be one of those people. Okay? But the more you start getting to know yourself, and the more you start understanding that nobody can do anything to you, okay? If you believe in yourself, you're going to show up. Okay? There's no excuse. You're going to show up. We all have 24 hours in a day, okay? Hey, from Nigeria, PCA, baby, PCA, PCA. Hey, Cherie, PCA, baby, PCA, PCA. We all have 24 hours in a day. Yes, honey, and mastery of love. Mastery of love. Let me tell you something. With mastery of love, I remember I had heard somebody talk about mastery of love, and she said she was able to heal her and her mother relationship from reading Don Miguel book, Mastery of Love. Because mastery of love, it keep on emphasizing that the people who raised us, they couldn't give us necessarily what we thought that they could have given us. Like, sometimes we say, well, why couldn't my father or my mama give me, the love? And I did a video on this the other day. If your mama or your daddy felt like they was in love, okay, or felt like, they wasn't noticed, right? And then they have children. A lot of times, oftentimes, we have children because, let's face it, because I want somebody that's going to love me. Okay, now maybe you didn't say that. Maybe you said something completely different. Maybe you said, I want children for whatever reason. I don't know. But I know my reason. First, I said I wasn't having children. Okay, but then I had them, right? And then when I had them, okay, no, I'm not gonna clean it. Honey, it's just gonna stay like that. Okay. And so after I had them, my children, a lot of times we say, I want children because I want somebody to love me. And let me tell you something. If you don't know how to love you, it doesn't matter who try to give you love or whatever. You're not gonna be receptive to it. You're not gonna be able to take the love, because you're gonna have this defense mechanism, like this push off mechanism, because the first thing you'll start thinking is, well, why didn't I receive this love when I was younger? Why didn't I get this love when I was younger? And so it sometimes it'll feel like, like you don't want to be vulnerable. And I told you guys, with my children, I had this good friend, and I've been thinking about this good friend of mine. And I had this good friend, a guy. And I remember one of the things he told me, because, I haven't seen him in a long time. And he was like, give me a hug. He was leaving my house. And I was like, I don't do hugs. Because I felt like I was too tough to do a hug, okay? And oftentimes, those the ones that need the hugs the most, okay? And he was like, give me a hug. And I was like, I was like, I don't do no hugs, okay? Felt like, don't come at me with a hug, right? Don't come at me with that weak shit, right? And one of the things he said, He was like, "You don't do hugs." He was like, "What you mean?" He didn't even understand. Like he was like, to him, it felt like, "What? Like that sounds so abnormal. What you mean you don't do hugs?" And I was like, "No, because I had this persona up of myself, like so tough, don't want to get hurt, you know." And this is the thing about life, okay? If you are a person that have a wall up, remember you're not only, you know, preventing or think you're preventing the people from getting in, but you're also preventing the people who actually is going to do good by you, okay? And when you feel like, well, I can't allow this person to get in or that person to get in because they gonna hurt me, no one can hurt you. Oh, I could hear these comments. I could hear these comments. Let me see what you said. Let me see. Can I show feet? No. um. No, this. It's nothing on my mouth. I don't know what you see. I don't know, honey. I don't know what you see. You need to clean your phone and come back. Okay? Because I don't know what you see. All right. So listen. I thought about this earlier. So I told my friend, I said, I don't do hugs. And he was like, you don't give nobody. He was like, what about your kids? And at that time I had two children, my oldest two children. And I was like, I don't give them hugs. Because we do everything what we have seen. Okay? Honey, they on here. No, I don't know what you talking about. Ain't nothing on the, honey. I'm just gonna ignore you. Okay, you need to clean your phone and come back. Okay. So anywho, so yeah, so that's what I told my friend, and then he was like, you know what? When your kids come home from school, get them a hug. And I didn't give them a hug right then and there. I don't even think I gave them a hug even afterwards. I think I gave them a hug later on, like after I started doing my spiritual work, after I started healing, right? And doing the work on myself. And so when I tell you that you have the ability to change your life, you have the ability to change your life. And you're going to show up because of what you wrote down on the paper, okay? What you said you was going to do. That's why you're going to show up, okay? You're going to show up no matter what's going on, you're still going to show up. You know why? Because you believe in yourself, okay? You believe in yourself. And let me tell you something. When people say stuff, my love, don't take it personal. Don't take it personal, okay? Because it's all about them, okay? All right? So, show up, keep on going, keep on growing, believe in yourself, know that it's possible, know that whatever it is that you say you desire, honey, you can have it no matter what, okay? And keep on doing the work, all right? Because when you know yourself, ooh, child, honey, okay? I was gonna get off here, but I'ma just stay on here a little longer, okay? All right? When you know yourself, okay? You know everybody else outside you. You know why you do what you do, and then you can pinpoint. Oh, I know this person hurting. Oh yeah, I know this person hurting. Cause they could have been got off the live. But I know they going through something within them. See, that's why I keep telling you guys to get the books. Okay? That's why I keep telling you to get the books. Because when you get the books and you start studying, oh, child, when you start studying, okay? When you start studying and getting to know who the hell you are, okay? And start understanding that you are not this body, okay? When you start understanding that if no enemy is within, the enemy out, honey, you ain't listening to what I'm saying, okay? When you start studying and start saying and understanding that if there's no enemy within, the enemy outside could do no harm, Okay? And that's what you got to keep telling yourself. And let me tell you something else. Okay? Let me tell you something else. This is a good one. Okay? Sometimes this download just came. Okay? Sometimes we ask source for certain things, right? We may say, I want my income to go up. Okay. I want to be an influencer, right? Whatever. I want to be, a inspirational coach or whatever. I want to be there, right? And you think in this universe, let me tell you something, okay? It's a such thing called polarity, okay? All right? You think that it's gonna be all good. It's gonna be all sunshine, okay? Let me tell you something. It's the trolls that's gonna help you. Okay? It's the trolls. Okay? You up there. Let me say something. I blocked one today. But then, I had to think about it. Okay? I had to think about it. Okay? See, whatever you give energy to, okay? Let's talk about energy. Okay? Whatever you constantly give energy to, it's going to keep on growing. But when you act like you don't see it, when you're dodging it, okay, honey, it shall not hurt you. It shouldn't even, honey. It should be like water on rubber. Okay, just go right on, come right off, roll right off the goddamn rubber. Okay, and that's how you have to see yourself. You listen. You gotta understand you're a goddamn alchemist. Okay, you gotta understand that you are a god, and when I say god, because I know some people get a little touchy, it's like a little sizzle there. Okay, when I say you are a creator of your goddamn reality. Now, if you think somebody else is pulling the strings and creating your reality, honey, my page is not, or channel is not for you. Okay, it's not for you. All right, but when you start understanding, I am capable. Whatever it is that I say I'm going to do, I am going to. As a man thinketh, okay? By James Allen. He who say he can't, he can't. He who say he can, he can. Let me tell you something. I didn't give a damn if it was a cold sore, fever, blister, or whatever. I was showing up, okay? Because you know what? Because I set a goal for myself. I set a target, and I said, you know what? I'm hitting it, okay? So it wasn't going to be anything to stop me from hitting that, all right? And so that's how you have to go about your life. You got to start saying, you know what? I said I'm going to do that thing, and I'm going to do it. It's not nothing or no one that can goddamn stop me. Because no one actually can stop you. The only one who can stop you is actually you. Okay? And so I put goals down. And you think for a second that I was going to say, the thought came. I'm not going to lie. The thought did come. Okay? The monkey and the mind was saying all this crazy wild stuff. Okay? Even when I was walking, I saw all this crazy shit. Okay? And guess what? I still showed up. Because to think that I'm going to live my life based upon other people's perception of me. I know some of you guys just started following me. Okay. But I was making content 6 years. Okay. All right. And this is nothing new. And so to think that I would say, oh, well, because of the... Come on, friend. Come on. Okay. This is for me and my children. And that's how you have to see your life. Stop living based upon other people's perception of you. And let me tell you something else. If you don't know how to master your goddamn self, and if you don't know how to master your goddamn life, someone else will be mastering you. Let me say it again. If you don't know how to master your goddamn self, someone else will be mastering you. That means that you do everything based upon being liked. When I started this platform, it wasn't for likes. It wasn't even to be monetized. When I started the platform back in 2018, I had like probably 4 YouTube channels, okay? But then I went over to Facebook. But that's neither here nor there. Okay. I never showed up based upon, oh, if people gonna like me. Because after I had my spiritual awakening, I started understanding exactly what it was. And started seeing past the illusions. That is not based upon someone else's perception of you. It's based upon your goddamn perception of yourself. Why you put them in here? No, hang them up. It's based upon your perception of yourself. And as long as you tiptoeing through life, you can't show up. You're afraid to show up. Because they gonna say this, they gonna think that. Who the fuck cares what they think? You're not here for them. And you know what's so crazy? Because the ones who, first of all, they ain't even thinking. They just running off of programming. Okay. You be surprised. Some people may not even like you because you're secure. And they're insecure. And they just don't like you. Probably never even met you before, or maybe even did meet you, but they just don't like you. And you gotta be able to be cool with that. Because guess what? Just because they don't like you, that shit don't stop nothing. Okay? Because last time I checked by them not liking you, is that stopping anything? Is that stopping you from getting the things that Source has for you? Is that stopping you from manifesting the things that you truly desire? Last time I checked, it don't stop nothing. That's just they funky ass opinion. That's just they funky ass opinion. It is an opinion. It's not even a fact. It's an opinion. And your opinion of me, I think shit of it. I don't care about your opinion. Because last time I checked, I didn't ask for nobody's opinion. Okay? And that's how you got to go through life. And you know what? Some people going to say you conceited. And they may say all types of stuff. Let them say it. Oh, well. They just reflecting what they got ongoing within them. When I see certain things, I just understand exactly where the person is at this particular time. And no judgment, because let me tell you something. I too was there. But I just understand exactly where you are. Because I know for someone to do the work on themselves, they're not critiquing and criticizing. The only ones that does that is the ones that's insecure. So that's what you got to start understanding. You want to know game? The only ones that mock, joke, the jokesters, they supposed to joke because they the jokesters. They supposed to laugh. They the laughers. You got to understand this stuff. Because if you don't understand this, then you're going to have a hard time through life. You're not going to understand why certain things show up the way they do. You're not going to get it. And then you're going to take things personal. And it's never personal. Never. Never. People only could give you what they have. So if that's what they have, hate, you don't have to accept it. You don't have to accept it. And even when, what I realized too, making content as long, this is what I realized. There's so many content creators that I had watched that I came across. And it would be a few trolls in a bunch. And you know what? The trolls turned into, I don't want to say fans, but the trolls, they turned into... really don't want to say fans, but they turned into, I guess, like the programming started leaving. Because this is what you have to understand. For you to stay and watch somebody video and you don't like them, you don't even ask yourself why you don't like them or whatever it is. For you to stay that amount of time, see, it's something within you. It's your spirit. And I used to say this before when I used to do my videos on Facebook, and I still do it on Facebook. But I used to say this before. I used to say, you may not like me. I could hear it. But your spirit will love me. And you have to understand it. So you taking it personal. It never was. And so I said, I got to target the head. I meant it with every fiber of my being. And so if it's something that you say you are going to do, especially if you have children, you still show up. You know why? Because they watch you. They watch you. Suppose I tell my children, oh, well, you got to show up. And then I don't. I don't make the videos because, whatever is going on. Children don't do what you say. They do what they see you do. So to the person that's healthier, write your goals down. Execute. There's no reason why you can't do it. No reason. Even if you've been ridiculed, you still show up. Still show up. It may take you a minute to bounce back, but let me tell you something. You better still show up. Because you have so much potential within you that nothing and no one can ever stop you. Unless you allow them to. But before they could stop you, you already had this thing going on within your mind that you believed that you couldn't do it. So, I believe in you because I believe in me. Make sure you guys rocking out, believing in yourselves. Keep going, keep growing. Do understand that everything that you desire, you can have it. Okay? Don't change your life. Don't say I'm going to change my life when I have everything all figured out and together. Okay? Don't say I'm going to change my life when that happened. When everything just be perfectly aligned up. That's when I'm going to change it. Time is ticking. And I know time is an illusion. But for this goddamn avatar in this meat suit that you're in, time is ticking. You'll always have this inner conversation. Did you show up? Did you show up today? The easiest thing to do is do what everybody else been doing. But the most challenging thing is to self-master your damn self. But it's worth it. And you can do it. And you're capable of doing it. And why not you? You deserve it. With that being said, I love you guys. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.